Ferris State University. Here's what we're going to make. We're going to make a draft or a print that has a cutting plane line and then a section view showing where that cutting plane cut through our object. So before we get into that, I'd like to talk about how I'm moving around and zooming around in Solid Edge. So I have a 3-button mouse, which means my mouse has a wheel in the middle. And if I roll the wheel in, I zoom in. If I roll it the other way, I zoom out. If I hold down the middle mouse button or hold down the wheel and move the mouse at the same time, this is called panning. It's not zooming, it's just shifting from side to side, just like you'd move a piece of paper with your hand. But don't worry, if you have a trackpad, like on a laptop or a Mac, or you don't have a 3-button mouse, you can come down here at the very bottom and we have a zoom slider, and that will zoom in and out. Also, we can click on the pan button, and now if I hold the left mouse button down, that will pan back and forth. And then if I click the button next to pan, is fit, click on that, it'll fit the draft to the screen. So if you don't have the middle mouse button, you can use these tools down here. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to delete the cutting plane line and the section view and add them in again. Okay, they're deleted. Now the first thing I'm going to do is come up here and click on Cutting Plane. And that's on the Home Ribbon tab in the Detail panel right up here. So Cutting Plane. Now, at the very bottom of the screen, there's something called the prompt bar. And it says click on a drawing view. You'll notice that if I move my cursor over the front view, the right view, and the top view, they turn red. So it's asking me which view would you like to put the cutting plane in. So I'm going to move to the top view. I'm going to click. And so now I've selected that view. If I look at the bottom, back at the prompt bar, it says click for the first point on the line. Now, I'm going to move the cursor down until I find the midpoint of this line. So look right there. What's happened is, if you look, there's a little picture next to the cursor, and it's changed from like a point on the line to the midpoint right there, which shows me a line with a dot right in the middle. Now I'm going to move to the left, and you'll notice that when I do that, some little dotted lines appear. Those are called construction lines or inference lines, letting me know that I'm still locked on to the center. Now I'm going to click the left mouse button, drag it across, click again, and then I'm going to go up to where it says Close Cutting Plane, and I'm going to click that button. Boom. Now, remember the cutting plane, I have to pick which direction it's going to look. If I move my mouse up, I'm going to be looking toward the back of the object. If I move my mouse down, the arrows are pointing down, which means I'm going to be looking toward the front of the object. I'm going to push up so I'm looking toward the back. It doesn't matter on this part because it's symmetrical. So now I've created the cutting plane line. Now let's go ahead and create the section view. Come back to the Home tab, find the Drawing Views panel, click on Section View. Then I'm going to come click on the cutting plane because at the bottom here it says click on a cutting plane. Click there. And then I get this box that I can move down. I'm holding the middle mouse button and I'm scrolling up a little bit here. I'm going to put it right between the views. And there is my section view. So if I cut this top view straight down, this is what I would see as I move through the part. And you should go back to your book and look at that review activity and make sure that the section view you picked matches the section view here. Now, let's say something bad happened. Let's say you didn't leave enough room between your top view and your section view, and it looks like that. Don't forget, you can use the Select tool, and you can simply move things around. Anywhere you need to move them, everything will stay lined up. But you should always make a good-looking print, something aesthetically pleasing. Try to keep the white space between the top view and the section view and the front view equal. And just make everything look nice and clean. I'm going to click on the Fit screen here, and there's my print. Now here's what you're going to do after this. You're going to save this. Save as, Part 1 draft, save, yes. Then you're going to go over to Moodle, when you're all done with them, and you'll go into the assignment for this week, which is right here, upload of drafts containing section views and dimensions. Click on that. And it might look slightly different for you as a student, but I'm going to click Add Submission. You can upload files one of two ways. You can drag and drop them into this box, or you can click the Add a File button. Personally, I like the drag and drop just because I think it's so easy. Let's do that one first. So I pulled in a Windows Explorer, which is taking me to where I have all my parts and my drafts stored for the week. Now, you might not see the DFT extension. DFT stands for draft. PAR stands for par. You'll notice that the icon is different. The draft looks like it has a little T square, which is a thing that you use for drawing straight lines. But let's assume I had parts 1 through 6. I would just keep dragging them into Moodle here, one at a time. And then when I was all done, I would click Save Changes. And this would get uploaded and ready for me to grade. So that is how you upload or, submit to Moodle. Now, if you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. Like I uploaded the wrong thing. I uploaded a par instead of a draft. I need your drafts. You can click Edit Submission, which will let you go back in and delete any files that are in here. I can click on this file and I can click Delete, and that will take it out. And then I can re-upload it again. Or if you want to use Moodle for temporary storage, you can do that. You can use this area to store things in, download them out of here, work on them, and put them back in. The old way of doing it is I can click on Add a File. I can click Choose File, go to my directory, pick my draft, click Open, upload this file, and I can add the files one at a time this way. So you can drag and drop them in, or you can add them in one at a time, whichever you prefer. So that's how you add a cutting plane, a section view, and then go ahead and upload your drafts to me. And these are your first drafts, so pretty exciting stuff.